Hello and welcome to Books and Beyond. I'm Jimmy Bennet, I'm your host. Before we get to my special guest today, I have a couple of things I'd like to talk about. One is I want to give a nice plug to CAPA, the Connecticut Authors and Publishers Association. We meet the third Monday of every month about 6:30, and we've been meeting at Philomena's down in Waterford, which is nice because it's a nice venue. It's great. So anybody who's interested in writing or has anything to do with the written word, authors, publishers, illustrators, agents, whatever, you're more than welcome to join us. So that's where we'll be. And the second two things I want to talk about is I have two events coming up this week. There is the annual plant sale for the Operation Fresh Start, which is a fantastic organization run by Shannon Perry that helps people get a fresh start in life. All the proceeds, the proceeds of the plants and some of our book sales and stuff go to Operation Fresh Start. So I really hope you come. It's at 93 Sunrise Avenue in Pawcatuck, Connecticut. It starts about 12, runs probably through the afternoon. If there's a rain date, it will be Sunday the 19th. But I really hope that you'll come out. There's a lot of really fantastic plants, some nice crafts and vendors, and I'll be there signing books. So stop by. And my second one is Sunday, the 19th of May. I'll be at Gillette's Castle, at the Gillette's Castle State Park. My books are in the bookshop up there, and I'll be signing copies for anybody that comes up. Beautiful park, really interesting place. If you got the time, please come up and check us out. But all that put aside, I have a very special guest today, Sarah Downie.
Hi.
Sarah, I met Sarah at CAPA. She's a recent member. She just started about 3 or 4 times now, right?
At least.
Yeah. So she is an author, artist, illustrator, and we're here today because I want to show her work, and I want her to tell us a little about herself.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, so tell me, give us a little background. Generalize. You're a local girl, or?
Oh wow, yeah. Pretty much, I was born in Stonington, Connecticut, and I have been here most of my life. I graduated from Montserrat College of Art in 2017 with a minor in creative writing, and pretty much these are my books of my passion. My first one, A Beast Chase, which actually was my graduate project that I did for senior year, and then my second one that recently came out in 2022, 123 Castles I See, which was a collaboration with my mother.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the college experience because I didn't go to college. When I was younger, I got caught up in the restaurant business, and that's what I did. And I mean, I enjoyed it, and I did well, but I always wondered, gee, I wonder if I'd gone to school or gone to college for journalism or writing or something like that. How was that like going to college for art? And
I feel like for me it was a great foundation program. At least it also got me to straighten up on what I actually want to do, because growing up I was always the go-to art person. I had to do everything. I got to be do cartoons, cards, fine art, still life. I was kind of all over the place and I couldn't really focus so much. College at least gave me a place where I can focus on what classes or what major I wanted to go to at least, and give me a better networking skill, and even also the proper information that I needed for that course in some sort. I wish there was a little bit more time. I always wish there was another year I could take just to be thrown into that networking skill more, but I still love my college that I went to, and I'm trying to think if there was any way to go back. I go as much as I can to any alumni or any of their events in some way, but right now, you do need to go to college to have at least some kind of receipt that you have this experience in some sort. I wish it wasn't the case, and I always recommend you go to a state school if you can, than going to colleges where it's like this much money now or something.
Right, yeah.
So, but I was happy that I went to Montserrat at least.
Yeah. Well, see, I always wondered that. I know one of my nephews went to art school, and I just always kind of wondered, how did that help you, or how did that, I mean, personally, I can't draw a stick man. I mean, I it's just I do love to draw, and believe it or not, I actually paint a little bit, but it just doesn't come to me
Yeah.
naturally. I don't have that talent or flair. You know what I mean? And I really admire the fact that, especially when you do children's books and illustration, you illustrate and write them. That's, do you get the words first, or do you get the pictures in your head first?
Sometimes it depends on the order. Sometimes when I have like when I create something, then I get the words. But sometimes if I have an idea, I do the words and then the image comes to me. So I would say, for example, my first book, A Beach Chase, was actually inspired by an assignment that I did, where I was asked to illustrate some typography, and I redid them in my own way. And when I did that, I had this whole like idea. I'm like, this could be fun to see in a book and like hide and throughout the pages. So pretty much I would say for that instance, that came the images came first, and then I had to write the whole story around it in some way.
Mike, can you put that the first image up, the beach book?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's castles.
Yep, that's
Okay.
that's
Is
my
that the first one?
That's my second book. I
Oh, that's your
actually
second
did.
book. All right.
Yes,
There we go. The beach chase.
that's my first one.
Now is that is the A to Z book, right?
Yes, that is.
Oh, okay. Now, do you sort of try to make them a little educational for children?
I do a little as best as I can. I know, but kids are smart too.
Yeah.
They have so much experience now and like access to a lot of knowledge now. But I do my best to like throw in a little bit of education. Like for this story, I remember throwing in that moral of leaving some things behind in nature and taking what you need, or taking pictures. If you know
Right.
know that motto,
Yeah.
my dad says it a lot. Leave only footprints and take pictures or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of inspired by that moral, but I sort of like hide away any safety or tips at all, at
Yeah.
least in my illustrations in some way.
Right.
For this one, I want to say probably not much, because the kids are scuba diving mostly by yourself, which is probably not the best thing to do. But it's pretty much like they're following kind of like a mermaid too. So I'm able to stretch that out a little bit.
Right.
But I would say for that kind of morals, I say take what you only need, pretty much.
Right. No, it's a good lesson for kids. It's a crazy world out there with the way we use things, and and it's disappearing. So
Yeah.
it's better that they learn young to appreciate what they have.
Yeah.
How about the second book, Mike? Can we see the second book? There we go.
All right, yeah. The second book was pretty much, for me, was like my two main goals. One, to see if I could make an actual book outside of college, because my first book was, all the illustrations were painted a majority of the time during my school year. So this one I wanted to see that I could do on my own, with my own time and management. But also I wanted to see how I could recreate a counting book, which I always wanted to do with sandcastles, because I feel like you could be a lot more expressive, and I could be experimenting. And also another thing that I wanted to do was to see what I could do with my cut paper skills, which was a lot of experimentation with watercolor, cut paper from scrapbooking, cardstock, mixed media, and through in digital alterations that I do in my books.
Oh, all
to tighten
right.
things up.
And you collaborated with your mother.
Yes, I did. Yes. It kind of happened by accident, but because I was talking with her about how I was going to phrase out or write out all the pages if I had to describe the castles, or it'd be descripting throughout the page, like telling throughout the book or something. And then all of a sudden one day, she woke up this morning, she texted me like, I woke up, I had this dream, and I'm writing this down. I wrote up this whole rhyming poem, and I need you to read it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so much better than what I had.
Oh.
Like, we have to use this. It tells it perfectly, it's paced, and it wraps up my nice ending that I had at the end. It works. I was like, I'm so grateful. She just had this dream. I don't know if it's true or not, but she came it up in a day, and I was like, I'm so happy for that.
And you know what? Don't scoff about that, because wasn't it recently Paul McCartney said that the song Let It Be came to him in a dream?
Really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's funny, but I mean, I guess subconsciously when you sleep, you know, you're thinking, you know, but it's great if you can remember it when you wake up.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I'm very,
so,
very thankful for that.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I like that. How about the next illustration?
Well, yeah. So that's my double spread for the three Castles 3. Pretty much an example of cut paper. I had watercolor, color pencil, a lot of actually the cut paper I had to do with watercolor, because sometimes when I can't find a cut paper color that I need, I just kind of made it on my own, pretty much with the watercolor. So that helps out a lot.
So that's like a lot of mixed media, I guess, is what they'd call that.
Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of what I learned from like doing cut paper. Is a lot of mixed media and digital alterations, and also like and I kind of allowed myself to be a little bit more playful and expressive, which I always thought I was like always a little bit tight, at least with my first book. But I think this one I'm able to be a little bit more, just have a little bit more fun with the medium at least.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and you got another one? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. This is pretty much my favorite double spread. I'm so happy how it came out. All of that was done, like all the kids' details with the outfit, the hair, and like the expressions, like that was all done in cut paper, pretty much.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was so happy. My dad actually officially framed and matted it, so it's like it's now hanging at my gallery space. At the studio, in No Ink, which is so nice. So I'm so happy that this came out, and this is like the ending moral for my book. Really, throughout the book, I wanted to kind of tell that all these castles are uniquely made and designed differently, but the most of all is like that they can be created by anyone and like that creativity and expressiveness should be expressed to like throughout all our lives and through our children and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show as many people as I can like in this book. I hope I did enough, at least.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good point too. Sometimes, I mean, I know I'm an old curmudgeon, but, social media and TikTok and all these things there's so much content.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, I fear that a lot of kids that probably have very, very good creative streaks in them.
Yeah.
They might have a talent that they're very good at, but they don't really come out because they're so busy just observing and soaking it all in instead of making their own.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big difference from when, once again, not to sound like the old curmudgeon, but there was a whole big difference of kids going outside and having to imaginary play than to sit in front of a video game and play all day. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with video games and stuff like that. They are great. They're interesting. They're fun, and but it shouldn't be everything.
I think right now, like in our times, I think a lot of people have to make a lot of time spent with social media. You have to make a point in order to stand out and express yourself always and constantly. And I feel like there's not a lot of time for people to be like, no, this is just for yourself. You don't have to take a picture. You don't have to share this you can have moments for yourself, really.
Right.
And I feel like there hasn't been a lot of time for that unless you step away and do that.
Well, I know you like hiking and kayaking
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I mean, it's hard to describe, and you know, it's different for everybody else. It gets different, you know, feelings of things. But you know, when you're out in nature and you're doing things like that, even if you're by yourself or just with somebody else walking,
Yep.
I mean, you take different things away from it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's you know, you don't need anybody to say, oh, here's a tree. Oh,
Yeah.
look at here's a flower. You know,
Yeah.
you see these things and you know what I mean? And I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know how to say it because I think to myself sometimes it's, you know, a mixed blessing.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number one, it is great because there are people out there that really get to show their talent that wouldn't have had a chance to before.
Yes.
As you and me both know, marketing. You know,
Oh,
marketing
yeah.
and getting our name out, and you know, want people to see what we do.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the hardest part of what we do.
It's very hard nowadays,
Yeah.
which it's a good thing, like, because now you can see like every type of style and design and people ability and creativity, but now we're all going against each other now, or there are some collaborations which can happen, but again, in order to like you have to constantly market yourself to be
Right.
Something different or something that people need the
Right.
most, really.
Yep.
And
So tell me about the studio down in Noe, because maybe people don't. I mean,
yeah.
I know about it. I knew about it, but I actually kind of, and I grew up in Noe, but I mean, moved out when I was about 15. But I just sort of stumbled on it. I was like, oh my God. Is it the Latham House? Is that what they call it?
It used to be, I believe so, or from last time I remember my old studio mate told me it was used to be maybe the grocery store
Yeah.
or something. It's not the universal grocery store, but it was like
Right.
the other, but apparently there was another grocery store.
It's down at the bottom of the hill near the town dock, right?
No, actually,
Oh,
it's
see?
it's right across from Carson's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that used to be, wasn't that a barber shop or something? at one
Maybe
time, or-
maybe it was because it used to be because like they renovated the space outward or something.
Oh,
really.
okay.
Because it used to be like a small area, but then they added the additional 2 studio to that space.
Oh, my apology. I was thinking because years ago they used to do showings down at the bottom of the hill in that house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they used to. I think it was called the Latham House or something. It was.
Yeah, I think they still do. There's actually is still an artist gallery down there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes.
But I didn't realize it's right across from Carson's, huh?
Yes, it is.
Jeez, I got to take a ride to Noe. God, it's been a while.
Might want to go now before all the summerness happens.
Yeah, well,
that's when everyone comes.
It's you know, Mystic is summer from
Oh yeah.
from you know, February to, you know, December.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, but that's the way it is. I mean, it's all
Yeah,
right.
no, that's why we have all the back roads and stuff
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
at least-
we take alternative
Yeah,
ways.
me too. I laugh. People are like, you know, because a lot of people, Mystic's getting to be such a huge, you know, like number 4 tourist destination
Oh,
in America
really?
and this and that. You know what I mean? I mean,
Wow.
it's, you know, I mean, it's, you know,
We're getting there.
I mean,
yes.
yeah, but you know, we don't drive through downtown anymore.
Not really.
No,
like
if we can help it.
I think the only time I ever go down there is to Bank Square Books because
Yeah.
I get I either get my references or see what publishers I'm interested.
Yeah.
I do all my research there.
Yeah.
Right now, like I'm unable to have my books there currently, but
You do have or don't have them?
I don't have them.
Yeah.
Currently, the publisher I work with our book distributor doesn't have enough money or I guess a commission to be in bookstores yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so most of the time you can either get physical copies through me or you can also buy them online at multiple places like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, maybe Bank Square Books sells them online. I can't remember. They might have removed them a while back, but at least like you can get them from Amazon.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, that's a, you know. So how much work do you have in that studio, in the gallery?
Most of the times I sell a lot of my greeting cards.
Okay. Oh, you do
Yes.
greeting cards?
Yes, I do.
Ah.
Yeah, actually, that was like most of my childhood. I always like was have anxiety getting people's gifts. So I was like, I want to make them a really good card.
Yeah.
So I would make, so all my childhood, I made birthday cards for people.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of led to like where I am now, where I make all types of cards. Like right now, I make a lot of cards of No Ink, Mystic, Stonington. My biggest ones I have are my flower cards, which became a lot in demand in 2020. But they're nicely done. I have a lot of fun doing those.
Yeah.
They're done in watercolor and.
I will admit, I do a Christmas card every year.
Oh,
I
nice.
always make a Christmas card every year.
Oh yeah.
Some great, some not so great. But
Hey.
you know.
No, the thought that matters.
Yeah, it's I like it. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. It's a nice personal touch. You know what I mean? I get up around 40 or 50 of them.
That's
A year,
awesome.
pass them out, and then people look forward to the next year and collect them, and it's nice,
Oh yeah. No,
Well,
I-
I'll expect to get one this year, all right? We'll trade this year, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'll send you one, you send me one, okay?
That sounds good.
All right?
That sounds
Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
So, now, you've done a few events around here too, right? I saw one of the pictures on your Facebook page.
Okay.
It was a tent,
Okay.
but I couldn't tell where it was.
I would say right now the most regularly I do is in September the annual art walk, and that's held at the Stonington Borough. It's very very nice. It's a little bit smaller than the downtown Mystic art show they have in the summer or something. I'm trying to remember when that happens because that's also a big
I
event.
think that's, I
Probably-
believe it's August, right? Isn't
Probably
it?
August
Yes,
at
I think it's
least.
in August.
But I do that in September, but also like most recently now, in August, I do the art show at Grand Long Point, where you might have seen, that might have been the picture you might have seen. It wasn't, you have to describe
Whoa,
what
see,
that was.
no, now I'm like, my God, I'm out of touch. I didn't know that Grand Long Point had an art show.
Yes, they do.
Do
Yeah.
they? Where do they hold that?
They help, do you know the gazebo?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a back porch in the back. We do it under the tent, and then there's some people that sell their artwork inside, where the kiddie dances and stuff
Oh,
like
wow.
that. I call it the kiddie dance because I went there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, when is that held?
They usually have it at the beginning of August. It's usually
Okay.
it's usually on a Sunday. They never have a guaranteed date because it always changes. But I'm hoping it's August. It's the 3rd of August. I'm hoping, but it's always on a Sunday at least.
Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But, yeah, I'll have to come out and check that out.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No, it's very nice. It's a lot of artists there, local and people like doing all types of things, and it's just like it's a beautiful day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I recommend it.
yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else I do. My most recent event that I'm going to be at in Ledyard on June 2nd, I'm going to be at their fur raiser event. I'm going to be tabling and selling my prints and my books and probably my cards as well.
Oh, all right.
That'll be my first
What is
event
it
there.
called?
It's called the Art and Craft Fur Raiser. I heard about it most recently, and I'm actually going to be tabling with a friend of mine. But it's a fundraiser for for animal veterinarians.
Oh, okay.
So it's my first time doing it, and I'm looking forward to it in some
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, you see?
And
Yeah.
and then probably later at the end of the year, I do the annual Stonington lobster trap tree
Yes,
exhibit.
that was the other thing.
Yes.
Do they have vendors and stuff there?
So
Or is that just I saw your buoy, I was like,
Thank
You know, I'm a
you.
little jealous because I got to be honest with you. I always said to myself, I'd like to put a buoy in there. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I don't even know. Do they even have room for more buoys? I mean, they got.
Well, you gotta grab them fast. Like for artists, like before, like the first couple, like it was only a few, but now like it's the most popular thing, and they go by very quick. And
Yeah.
I'm very very thankful. Like I'm a demand, like currently right now, like a hot demand right now. Like I have a guaranteed buoy now. Like
Oh, nice.
Yeah. First, I'm so happy. Like I get to do it. It's,
You're gonna do a different one. You do a different one every year.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I
nice.
do. Yep, this is technically my fourth buoy. I'm gonna say like fourth because last minute, I actually was commissioned by the Stonington Public Library to do their buoy this year.
Oh, wow.
Or last year, actually. And that was fun. And
Whoa.
that was a good time.
I'm impressed. That's great.
Yeah, it was like it was a little bit last minute because for their summit, they had actually a gallery show, and I submitted 2 pieces, and actually one of them got second place for a piece, and they were like, we really were debating about getting you first prize, but we had someone else, but we really love this illustration that we want you to paint it on the buoy. So I did that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's nice. You know, see, that's a nice thing. No matter where life takes you, you know, I mean, it's sort of like a little piece of history in posterity. I mean, of course, the Stonington Lobster Trap Christmas tree has gotten humongous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
down.
you know, one of those nice little ideas that was, oh, that's neat. Now it's like, oh my God, I'm sure it's going to be nationwide.
Oh yeah.
You know, soon. You know.
Oh,
so,
definitely.
But that's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Oh man, I'm jealous. I'm gonna say I'm a little jealous. But well, so you got enough going on then. You're gonna be busy.
I hope
you
so.
know. Yeah. And you know, hopefully we'll be doing more CAP events and stuff like that. So
I hope so.
yeah, it's good. Like I say, you got to get out. I'm actually I'm gonna retire. I think at the end of June.
Oh, really?
And then it's going to be my full-time thing. I'm going to start
Nice.
looking to do more events and stuff because you have to stay on it. I mean, you know as well as I do. I mean, events come and go, and you don't even like that. I mean, I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm like, how come I wasn't there? You know,
Yeah.
how come I didn't get in on that?
Yeah.
So, but that's good. I mean, I love your work, and I wish you all the best. And I'm really hoping, you know, I'll be out there to see you this year at the walks and
Thank
the
you.
Lobster Fest. Yeah, I'll
Thank you
come
so
check
much.
you out
Yeah.
and take it from there.
Thank
So,
you.
All right.
Look forward to
Well,
it.
you keep going. And you got anything in the works right now?
Actually, my biggest project right now, I'm working on my 3rd book.
Good.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Yep. It's going to be another alphabet book. It's going to be another Search and Find with the letters. And pretty much it's going to be my biggest challenge because I am finally doing a different season book.
All right.
Because like I have 2 beach summer books on my shelf. I'm like, I probably should mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
So this one actually is going to be a winter theme book.
Oh, nice.
And I'm leaning toward the title, An Aurora Borealis Chase.
All right.
Yes. So hopefully
Right.
I'm hoping it's ready for this year. I'm really hoping
All
because
right.
actually with all the hype that everyone saw the last 2 years, actually last couple of days ago with everyone seeing the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm hoping.
I was just saying, yeah, that's a good tie-in.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for being on the show. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
You know, when you get a few more things down, come on back. We'll do it again.
Definitely.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You take care.
Thank you.
How we doing, Mike?